Welcome back to Create Craft Costume, where we think creating or crafting is as close to magic as we're going to get. And today we're going to unbox the LitJoy Magical Quarterly subscription box called Sweets and Treats. I will show you everything that's in the box and give you my honest opinions. Let's get started. First, I want to start off right off the bat that this was not sponsored in any way and everything was purchased with my own money. However, I have been a customer of LitJoy for 3 to 4 years now, so I feel like I have a really good experience with the company and their add-ons. So there's spoiler sheets on top, and they always do an amazing job at designing it with their theme. And then I set the one add-on that I purchased aside, which is their key, and that will be at the end of the video. So let's get started with this little guy down here at the bottom. This was clearly a lemon air freshener because you could smell it immediately. In fact, this whole box had such a fun, alluring aroma right when you opened it. And the designs on this are some of my favorite. It's very vintage meets wizard, which is so my aesthetic. I actually own some of the prints from this artist, so obviously I'm a little biased, but I am also biased on this next item. Anyone who knows me knows I love the chocolate frog aesthetic. Right off the bat, I'm super pleased that they went with the purple chocolate frog aesthetic instead of the blue because that's my preference. And you can tell that the window is already slightly scuffed, but they did wrap it in plastic, and that's going to happen as you use it as a wristlet anyway. However, the rest of the bag, I am ridiculously pleased with. It's very well made, and look at the poles. These golden frog poles are such a good finishing detail. This has 2 separate pockets, and I do think that the display area is really unique. The other factor that I really like about this item is that the quality is here. The stitching isn't pulling out. It's nice, thick material. Inside is lined. We have metal detailing. In fact, this reminds me of a Daniel Nicole bag, which I feel are ridiculously expensive sometimes. So I already feel like I have got the value of this box just from this one item. I also particularly enjoy that this is a wristlet since I tend to carry around only a wallet anyway, and I kind of feel like this was made for me. So as long as you like this aesthetic, I don't see why you wouldn't enjoy this item. I could tell by the feel of this item that it was going to be a spoon, but I thought it was from a different maker that I had seen, so I was really surprised when this is what came out of the bag.
Oh! Oh! Oh my gosh, it's a sugar.
And by that, I meant sugar spoon, but I got so distracted from the etching of the word sugar that I didn't finish my sentence. However, I think this is such a fun product. I can tell that they really went for the useful products rather than just replicas. And I think this is an easy addition to the kitchen if you spend any time in there at all, and I will definitely be using mine. Now it's time for the box of beans that was tempting me.
Oh, there's a viewer on the front. Okay, this is super fun.
Now, it doesn't surprise me that this came empty because a lot of people don't like receiving edibles in their subscription boxes, but I still think this is a really cool design. You can fill it with what you want, plus it's metal so that you don't have to worry about it disintegrating or wearing, but the design itself is super fun. They've added that worn detail to make it look like vintage meets wizard, plus LitJoy is so good at designing their packaging that a lot of times I prefer the packaging to the actual product sometimes. And I could see this being like a special edition Birdie Bots beans, and I think it'll go great next to what I already have. Now, this was the first spoiler item that they posted on their Instagram, but what wasn't spoiled was the smell. Oh my gosh, it was amazing, and it hit you like a warm hug the instant you took it out of the box. Now, I liked this spoiler item just seeing it on Instagram, but I was way impressed in real life.
And I adore the look of this.
Admittedly, I don't have much experience with LitJoy candles because they're normally add-ons that you have to purchase. So I was ridiculously impressed with the quality of this item. It's got a wonderful weight to it because of its glass. The label is really well made. I love the translucent quality, and this wax whipping is just the pièce de résistance. In fact, I really want a larger one of these. Does anyone know what this material is. If you do, please leave it in the comment down below because I might have a new craft in mind. I actually also might just buy another one of these so that I can burn it and still have one for display. Now, this next item has 2 different boxes because it is fragile. In fact, I was surprised that it was made of glass. I knew from the topper it had to be something with the Yule ball, but I was immediately struck by the weight.
Oh, and this is heavy. This has got some weight to it.
Even with this clue, I was still struck by its size.
Oh, wow.
As well as the thickness of the glass. We've seen a replica previously that was like half this size and wasn't usable, but this one is, which I think is a super unique quality because yes, it's a substantial display piece, but it is functional if you want it to be. One thing to note is that because this is glass on glass, there's absolutely nothing attaching the topper, so it slips out super easily. This isn't something that I would toy with, but it makes a beautiful display. I also love that this is etched on, which makes it more usable because it doesn't just disappear with washing. And now on to their last spoiler that they shared on Instagram. I knew this was a mug, and admittedly, I'm normally not very excited about them because they're typically metal. I can't use metal in the microwave, so this was a real pleasant surprise when this turned out to be ceramic. I also think I will keep this one because I enjoy this aesthetic so much. I also particularly enjoy that the artwork doesn't have any characters in it, and it's more just a very pretty scene that I can put myself into. So I will keep this one. And they always have a copy of the art from the box on a very well printed cardstock card. And I haven't figured out what I'm going to do with these yet, but I do love them because the art is so well done. So here are the main items from our box. I recognize that I forgot to add the air freshener, so obviously that one's not my favorite. However, I'm really pleased to say that I don't want to sell any of these items, and that hasn't always been the case. I'm also having a really hard time choosing my favorite between 3 items. I really love the Yule Ball bottle, I love the wristlet, and I also love that candle. Now the candle and the Yule bottle are probably the ones I'm going to see the most often. The wristlet's going to have to stay in the closet just because of lack of display space. But I really enjoyed this box. And don't worry, I didn't forget about the spoiler sheet or the add-on, but I am not going to go through the entire spoiler sheet word for word. You can pause where you would like to learn about a certain product, but one thing I recognized while going through this sheet is that both the glass items are microwave and dishwasher safe, and that spoon is dishwasher safe, which I think is such a great detail and shows that they really put their thought on how people would use these items into the box. What product would you pick for your favorite, or is there one that you would immediately sell? I'm curious because I'm so biased with this theme. Even the products that I normally wouldn't keep, I'm going to because I loved it so much. With that being said, the next theme, herbology, I'm a little nervous about, particularly because I'm not a gardener. This box was Harry Potter themed but useful items. If the herbology is the same way, I'll end up selling or giving away the whole box. So I recognize that subscription boxes can definitely be hit or miss, and I'm really happy to say that this was such a hit for me. And here's the one item that did not come with the box. I purchased this as an add-on, and
oh my gosh, look at the little spoon.
It's the little details in life. I don't collect all of their keys, but I think they've really improved their designs as they've gone on. So I had to add this iconic wizarding location to my collection since I love ice cream so much. And if you're a fan of Harry Potter, I have an entire playlist of crafts that I hope you check out. I also would love to have you subscribe for more crafting, creating, and Harry Potter information. I'll see you next time.